Perfectly excellent.
Hello, party people. What's going on? Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. And welcome, Tim. And I guess welcome us and all of yous to another, what is it, episode? I don't know if we ever landed on that.
Issue?
Yeah, another issue of Perfectly Excellent here on the internet, the World Wide Webs, WWWs. How's your day treating you today, Tim?
Today's been kind of a busy day. I feel like I've been running around a lot, trying to get stuff ready for this, trying to get stuff happening at work, and just answering an awful lot of questions from people who know that I like professional wrestling today.
Today is a day of wrestling questions. Oh, is it because of current events?
Yes.
Yes.
So I've been fielding a great many questions about that, to which I don't have much to say.
Yeah, I know. I think you, Iron Sheik, I think said it best, right? But he is no longer with us as well, right?
No, Shiki passed away like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have a ton to say, but I think it's weighing on me and making me feel old that, like, celebrities and these names from our youth are no longer with us, are passing, but circle of life.
As I said to you earlier, I think it probably sums up my feelings the best. I will never dance on anyone's grave, but I will also shed no tears.
Yes, I think there's a Hallmark card for that.
Yeah, right? I think so too. I think it's in the shoebox greetings section.
Oh, nice.
It's a tiny little division of Hallmark.
Yes. Yeah, but I'm with you. Today has been a day, and I agree that pesky work thing just getting in the way of getting organized and set up and ready to do this stream. We have to flip things around where we work for an hour on Thursday nights and the rest of the time is devoted.
We do this.
We do this.
Yeah, we do this for 8 to 9 hours a day instead.
Yes. Like we did that one night on the WPSC. We just went on all night. Awesome.
While making a Weezer singles compilation CD.
I feel like that in itself should be its own, like, you talk about nostalgia, that's going way back to when, CD burners were new, like MP3s were all kind of new. And this was the only computer I think that we knew of where we can do this, right?
I don't even think MP3s were happening yet because we did that all off of our CD singles and stuff.
Okay. So it was whatever it was, but it was a process and then we broke it and then it never happened.
I still have the finished product though. I still have that CD.
Oh, excellent. I might have to I don't know if I have that one. We'll have to go back and compare notes, but we're not talking about music today, though. Eventually, we have to get back into the meat of like all of this, which is the record collecting. At some point.
There's a lot to talk about as far as collecting records go. You and I both have our fair share of stories.
Yes, but tonight I think we're going to talk about something that's kind of adjacent to record collecting a bit. But before we jump into that, we got
a bunch of stuff, actually. A bunch of little, we don't have a demon bag, but we got a lot of little quick hits here.
Okay. So, well, let's dive right in.
All right.
Perfectly excellent.
Invention Exchange, where we say things that have come in the mail recently. Did I sum that up okay? I can no longer hear you for some reason. I can't hear you anymore.
I was muted. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Muting? No, not at all. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I have a question. Does it have to come in the mail to be an Invention Exchange?
No,
mine did not.
No, it's a new acquisition.
Okay. Perfect. You want to go first or
sure.
You want me to go first?
So because of some of the topics today, I actually was having a difficult time figuring out what I should show for my Invention Exchange, because I have things that are related to both of the topics we're going to be talking about, but I decided to not do either of those and to do something completely different.
Okay. And now for something completely different.
Yes, I have been, as usual, accumulating things. One of the things I've been accumulating most recently is some McDonald's stuff, and I
Okay.
got a couple. I've gotten some artwork, we'll call it, recently. So two of them I've framed. They're cheap frames, not anything super fancy,
Okay.
but I
Wait,
wanted to show them.
is there a difference between accumulating and collecting now? You've placed quite a dilemma there.
We will be talking about that later.
Okay.
That's actually on my thing.
All right. So let's see
thanks
what
for
you've
spoiling that.
accumulated and then framed.
So, two things. First
Two things.
is this.
Wow. Meet us at McDonald Land in, I can't really read that, Homewood, Illinois.
Yeah.
Very nice. Tell me about this.
Look at those guys.
That
Look
is
at those
something
guys.
else.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love those. So I don't know where Homewood, Illinois is. And this is actually not something that like I actively went after, but I bought when I was bidding on some auctions, not eBay ones, but like from an auction house, like an estate sale thing. And that was part of like a lot of things that I bought. I really like that though. I think that's cool.
That is that is definitely cool. It looks great framed.
Yeah. The frame was like $9 on Amazon. So that was like a super cheap one. This frame was a little bit more expensive. But man, I love this. And I cannot wait to figure out a place to put this.
Wow. So what is this a placemat?
It's a book cover.
It's like they gave out book covers for kids.
Yeah. But
wow.
Look at these guys.
And what year does this date back to? Any idea?
70s, I think like 78 or 79, based on the designs of the characters.
Amazing.
It's like it's Hamburglar, you can usually tell because like he's had a couple of iterations, and that like ghoul looking vampire one, that's a 70s one.
Well, Hamburger's he's been in and out of rehab over the years, so like,
yeah, he's had a rough life.
He's had a rough life.
He's a recidivist.
Yes. Cool. Is there anything on the other side of it?
No.
It's just the front cover. That is really cool. Amazing that has survived all this time. Was that from the estate sale?
No, that one actually was from eBay. The main thing from the estate sale I have not gotten framed yet because it requires professional framing, and I have not had the chicken scratch for that. But I'm very eager to show that one because that's the thing I'm most excited about that I got recently.
Very cool. No, those are good pickups. I feel like you need like a McDonald's room. It's too bad you can't just do your whole kitchen like McDonald's themed.
My wife has said that will not be happening, but I have several McDonald's things to frame in addition to these. Some of it will end up in the kitchen once everything is ready to go, which is why they're not on the wall yet. Once everything is framed, we're going to have the conversation and figure out what can go where.
Yes. All right. Very good. Well, I look forward to it. I hope you end up with some old McDonald's stools and tables and really go all out in that. But
would love it. Would love it.
Yes. Very cool. Again, I feel like my invention today pales in comparison. Not super nostalgia, not hasn't been kicking around from the 70s. I will say it was something that was on my pre-order list for some time. And it was nice. Very rare, I think, when it comes to collectibles. I think it's a very rare experience when you can go to a store and pick something off of the shelf and buy it, especially the kind of things we are into, right?
Like beans?
Like beans, like you would food and items like that. But I was
you can't buy toys like that. That's not how that works.
Normally you cannot. I agree. But I was in New York the other day and I went to the Tamashii Nation store on Broadway, and lo and behold, they had SH Figure Arts, Peter Parker with Mayday and all of this. Now, I had this thing on pre-order for ages, I think at Amazon, and I don't think it's ever coming in, but it was amazing. Like just to be able to like, oh, look at that. And there's several of them on the shelf. I will take that and I will buy it. Not only that, they give you a little like in-store plaque thing when you buy something there. So no shipping, no waiting, no nothing. I made a purchase and I went home with it. Bizarre concept in this world, right?
It's weird. I don't really know exactly what to make of this. I wonder if I could ever do that. I mean, I can do that with beans, but
you could do that at McDonald's.
Yeah. I could get a chicken McNuggets.
We should try to keep tabs if you can actually, if there's anything coming up that you can go into a store and get collectible wise. I admit it is extremely, extremely rare. Like forget going to Target and finding something. It just doesn't happen.
I mean, you could theoretically go into like a vintage toy store and come out with something, I think, but like a new item that is current, just going into a random store and buying it, that just sounds foolish to me. I don't even understand it.
I can't think of the last time I actually did that, like went into a store and not like a spontaneous purchase, like something that I went there specifically to get and they had. I can't think of it, but again, Tamashii Nations, New York City, came in clutch.
Is that a bathrobe?
That is a bathrobe. Have you not seen Across the Spider-Verse? I know you weren't super keen on Into the Spider-Verse.
I think I did. I think I've seen the both of them, and neither one of them really did it for me. I watched them specifically because you were really raving about them, but they didn't. They did not move me.
Oh, well, they more than moved me. They even got like a nice fancy bag. Absolutely love them, and they are. As I whittle down my list of things that I'm willing to collect and buy, it is the Spider-Verse line of figures. They have made the cut, and yes, he is in his bathrobe. And it is tremendous. He may even have slippers on. I'm not really sure what he's got at his feet. But yeah, happy Invention Exchanging. That was good stuff.
Good times. All right, so let's get into the first of our topics, which is going to be this one.
Perfectly excellent.
So, not going to talk about any San Diego Comic-Con stuff yet. It just started today. There's a whole lot of news coming out of it already, and
still happening. Yep.
Yeah, we're only halfway through day one as far as like West Coast time. So hopefully next week we'll have some time to talk about that. But last week, Hasbro revealed some new renders of G.I. Joe classified figures. So I wanted to just kind of talk through those really quick because I was actually pretty excited about some of them.
Oh, cool. Let's take a look.
So they revealed 5 figures in total. 3 of which, these 3, are all from the 1986 line. Oh. And coincidentally, all 3 of these are figures that I had when I was a kid. I had Mainframe, I had Sci-Fi, I had Wetsuit. Wetsuit, definitely the best of the 3.
All right. I'm going to raise my hand here. Because looking at these immediately, Mainframe, I can understand he must hack into things, right?
Yes.
Wetsuit is obviously a diver. He probably sneaks into. What on earth does Sci-Fi do?
He's got a gun.
But is it like a science gun?
He's green.
He is green, but does that necessarily science? I guess
I got to be honest with you. Don't really remember what he did. I had him as a kid. He was definitely one of the probably one of the last figures I ever got.
Okay.
And I don't remember him from like the cartoon at all.
What are his accessories? Like, what is that like black thing?
It's a plasma gun. And then the black thing with the gray bottoms, that's his backpack that the hose hooks into. Because I guess you keep the plasma in there and then it goes through the hose and then comes out of the gun.
Has to go through. Yeah, that's just like that's just plasma, right?
You can't have plasma without a hose. Like,
you can't have that.
What are you, a barbarian?
Yeah, I mean, his armor looks sci-fi-esque. I'm just curious to know more of his backstory because the other 2, again, immediately I know I'm like, Mainframe looks awesome with his computer. He's even got the little headset.
Yeah.
Because when they're hacking and you need to do that.
Well, he does tech support when he's not out in the field.
That's right. Like, Geek Squad. Cool. Yeah, no, these guys look awesome. So I'm sorry I interrupted you, but you said you were psyched about all 3.
Yeah. Again, I had all 3 of them as a kid, so they tick off big boxes for me as far as like the collection that I'm trying to build. So I'm really, really stoked about these ones.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Are they up for pre-order? You said these were just renders, right?
They're just renders right now. There's a Hasbro panel, I believe, tomorrow at San Diego Comic-Con. It's expected we'll probably see more of them then, and perhaps pre-orders either this weekend or next week. But right now, they were just reveals.
Okay, cool. I like the blast effect from Sci-Fi too. I mean, again, the accessories on these all look great. Like the computer, I even like Mainframe's little, like, I guess he's got like a shoulder bag or something. He's got, a sling or something. Yeah.
Lots of hoses with this wave. Like all 3 of them have a hose.
Oh, is that a hose or an antenna?
I'm pretty sure it's a hose to it's a cable of some sort to go from one thing to the other. And then, Sci-Fi's got his plasma hose. And then, of course, the backpack to the headset on Wetsuit. I just noticed that now. It's like there's a lot of, if you wanted to know where your hose at.
Yes. It's the hose wave. Yes.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Very nice.
All right. And then the other two are figures that I do not have any real relationship with. We have the Desert Scorpion, which comes with this a pretty neat looking scorpion. Like, that's pretty cool. But I don't know this figure, so I'm not going to be getting it. And the Grim Viper, I believe that this is like a unique figure for this line. I do not believe that this figure has existed previously. And again, it's not really my thing. I don't really dig the horror style figures quite so much. I think they're a little too removed from reality for me, unlike the Green Man with his plasma. But,
mildly. Yeah, where does one get a giant scorpion when you're in the army?
You know that guy with the monocle and doesn't wear a shirt, Dr. Mindbender? Apparently he had something to do with it. That's what the lore is saying.
Yeah, because Dr. Mindbender, like he used his mind to
bend the scorpion.
Yeah. What about the purple person that I sent you today? Or that wasn't a person?
That's not part of this set of reveals. Again, that was a San Diego Comic-Con thing. So
okay. Yeah, I mean I dig the design of these, but I get where you're coming from. But I mean they look cool as bad guys go. Sure.
Yeah, they're fine. And I hope they make somebody else happy. They're just not for me. And only having to buy 3 of 5 figures, no problem with that.
Hey, and just like you said today, I was thinking about that. You hope they make someone else happy. I was watching a lot of the reveals and stuff from San Diego Comic-Con. I know we'll talk about that next week, but I felt that. I'm like, people are psyched about all this stuff. I'm not interested in half of this, but I'm glad they're psyched because that's a good. And we all need that, a little bit of that right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, sticking with G.I. Joe, I figure we can do a quick Snow C.A.T update.
Oh, let's. I'm excited.
Perfectly excellent.
Now I wonder. We went Dragon to Snow C.A.T, and I think tomorrow or today there's going to be another TVC Haslab. Will it make the cut? Will it make our tracking list?
I won't be tracking it. It's crazy to me how they just will not do another Black Series one. But it also doesn't surprise me because I feel like all of Black Series is just so dull right now.
Yeah, and I saw something that I guess the Star Wars stuff is still down for Hasbro, and makes sense because we can talk about that some other time. But I feel it as well. I'm not nonplussed about any of that stuff right now.
Yeah. So I don't really have anything new to say about the Snow C.A.T, so this will be pretty quick. I still haven't put down for it yet. I still haven't made my ultimate decision yet. I mostly just wanted to update the number of backers. So we are up to 7,295, which again,
600 jump since last time.
300.
Oh, it was only 300. Okay, I thought we were under 7,000.
We were, but we were
just under. Okay,
yeah. So we still got to get to 8,000 to get the minimum. We got to get to 14,000 to unlock all tiers. I don't feel good about all tiers. Again, it'll fund. Like they have over 20 days to get another 700. So I'm not worried about that. But I do not know how much of this other stuff is actually going to fund. So we're gonna have to see.
Are they hyping it up? Are they doing anything? I mean, maybe I guess at Comic-Con they'll probably bring
they have it at Comic-Con. Yeah. It's there at Comic-Con. And again, the G.I. Joe panel is tomorrow. So I would assume they'll talk about it at least a little bit.
Yeah, I would be curious to see if there's like a spike from this weekend from people that see it in person. But all right, so still, if it ended today, you still are undecided. Probably
still undecided. Still not sure. All right, and then we got one more before the main event. Oh, perfectly excellent. Oh, it's Beetlejuice. It's Beetlejuice. Look, it's a thing. It's Beetlejuice.
You had that recorded and ready to go. That was really good.
I didn't have time to make a bumper for that one. So
it sounded just like Michael Keaton, though. I'm like super impressed.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
we're working on that.
If you remember from last year at New York Comic-Con, NECA showed off a bunch of like really cool Beetlejuice accessories. And I was much more hyped for those than any of the figures that they were showing. And lo and behold, they finally went up for pre-order. So now this was super weird. Sandworm looks, first of all, phenomenal. It's articulated. It's gigantic. really, really psyched. It took me a minute to figure out. I'm like, oh, it comes with Beetlejuice. I'm like, who is Matador Beetlejuice? So I don't know if you saw Beetlejuice, but I guess he was a Matador for like a second in the movie at some point. I don't know.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, that movie did not really leave a lasting effect. So neat that they did that. I would have preferred a different Beetlejuice from the original, but I'm here for the sandworm. I mean, that thing looks amazing. So I'm really thinking, what's that?
It's large.
It is large. So I'm thinking it's time for a Beetlejuice shelf display. I got to start arranging and prepping for this. So cool. Awesome. They did that. And then a surprise. This one I wasn't aware of, but probably one of the highlights of Beetlejuice was Bob and Dave and Jeff over here, which were the, I guess they worked for Beetlejuice. And what this is, there's not 3 individual figures. It's one figure that comes with the different heads and name tags and hands. So you can make, I guess if you buy 3 figures, you can swap parts and make them. I don't know. These were neat. And McFarlane had done a Bob that looked terrible. But I think these look interesting. So I know it's cool. I'm never going to stand in the way of Beetlejuice stuff. Even if it's not for me, I think it is neat. And I'm happy to talk about it.
But are you going to buy 3 of them?
I am not going to buy 3 of them. That's a lot. I think somehow I will fake it, with their individual ties and pockets. And I don't even know if I'll buy any of these, to be honest. Like, obviously, you throw down the cautionary pre-order just to lock something in, but I'll have to think about this towards the end, because I don't know how many photos I will do with these. And ultimately, if I needed one, I would just need Bob. So.
All right.
But they're cool. I'm glad they're doing it. Props to NECA for we've never had good Beetlejuice figures. So just keep cranking them out, even if they are for the sequel. And I'm glad they're staying away from some of the other characters that they probably know people are not going to buy. So
wouldn't people want some of the other characters, especially from the first one?
From the first one, yes, but they seem to be doing more from the sequel. So that's why there's no other. Yeah, but like Otho. Oh my God. I would love an Otho character. They're probably not going to do the dad. I don't think he's going to get any more action figures or anything, but
probably not.
Yeah, but they could do, what is it? Miss Argentina, who was working in the afterlife. She was the receptionist.
Again, I saw that movie once on VHS in like 1989, and that's the only time I've ever seen it.
No. Yeah, well, I think there's probably opportunities for a few characters from the original, but hey, just keep cranking them out. I will keep evaluating them and enjoying that they're there, even if I don't purchase them. But Sandworm, huge
big one. Yeah. All right, very cool. All right, so that's pretty much all of the pregame stuff, which is I believe that's a sports reference.
It is.
So should we get to the halftime show?
Let's do it. I'm excited to find that we're doing this one. The halftime? Right. No, this is the main show. Isn't it?
So is this the kickoff?
The main event, the big game.
The main event.
You can't say the other thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Can't say bomb on an airplane.
Perfectly excellent.
So before we jump in, I'm worried about this episode. I'm worried about the dangers of this, because as we were putting together the outline and I started getting things together, I started going on eBay and I started browsing for shirts, and I'm like, such a slippery slope. But I don't know what happened to my shirts over the years. They have just gone away. So now I'm starting to look back and think about like, oh, what about this one? I wonder if I can get this one again. So I'm going to tread cautiously as we go through this episode.
Yeah. I mean, I love t-shirts. I've always loved t-shirts. I have been buying t-shirts, since I had money to buy t-shirts. And it's just always something that I never could stop getting enough of. So I have a lot.
You have a plethora of t-shirts?
I do have a plethora. And we had been talking about this like a lot over the years, and recently you were saying like, you know, you had some questions about how one would come to have quite as many t-shirts as I do. So I am more than happy to talk about shirts all day long.
So let me ask you a question, because you started off, you said, you know, been buying shirts since you had money. Was there a point that you can recall where you went from buying shirts to really collecting shirts? Because now you are definitely a shirt connoisseur. Like, you are hunting things specifically, and even when they don't exist, you will them into existence. Like, you make them happen. So
yeah, so this is what I was talking about before between accumulating and collecting, because I actually think that I accumulate shirts more than I collect them. Now, like Rocket from the Crypt shirts, I collect Rocket from the Crypt shirts. You know, trying to get some of the older shirts that I used to have that I somehow parted ways with over the years, I collect that. But I mostly just buy shirts that I like. And I guess that's a form of collecting, but it's not quite as laser focused as some of the other things that I buy are.
yeah, and accumulating doesn't sound like you're excited about it, though. It sounds like you're just
I
gathering.
am. I'm very excited about them. But yes, are there shirts that I very specifically go after? Absolutely. But more often than not, I just stumble across a shirt that I like and I'm like, oh, awesome. I'm going to buy that. I haven't like looked for it. It just appeared in front of me and now it must be mine. You know, I bought 2 shirts yesterday. You know, so be like and again, we'll talk, I guess, a little bit about San Diego Comic-Con, but like Super 7 put up some of their San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. They had 2 shirts that I liked. I was like, oh, cool. 2 shirts that I want. I wasn't looking for them. I wasn't expecting them, but there they were. And I bought them. So yeah, it is collecting, but again, it's not, to me, it's not quite as focused as some of the other things that I collect.
It's like passive collecting. Like, when they come into your orbit, then you're like, buy.
Yeah. Again, unless you're talking about like Rocket from the Crypt, because like my goal is to have every Rocket from the Crypt shirt that has ever been made over the past 30 something years. And I've hunted down a lot of them, and I got some more on a list, and I'm always looking.
All right. So then let me ask you a question. Do you have any idea how many shirts you own at this given time?
So right at this exact second.
Okay. Oh, you do? You have it down to the second?
Kind of, yeah. Because like I could tell you how many shirts I have owned over the course of the past like 4 years or so, because I was keeping track of them on Instagram. And you know, I've been buying more since then that I plan to go back to posting at some point, but I have sold some since then.
Okay.
So if I subtract those, that lowers the number a little bit. And then I have about another 100 that I currently am trying to sell because they don't fit me and they don't have any sort of particular nostalgic value for them. They're just shirts that, you know, I've had for too long and they don't fit anymore, or I've just gained too much weight too rapidly. So again, right at this exact second, I would guess I probably have about 750 to 800 shirts.
That is insane.
So getting rid of those 100, that, you know, that brings the numbers back down.
Yeah, it makes a little dent, but that's still like an insane amount. Now, out of those shirts, like how many of those do you think are in active rotation?
Probably about 500 of them.
Okay, that's significant.
Yeah.
Okay, because you had mentioned that some no longer fit, but like, are there ones that like are just too sacred to even wear anymore?
So somewhat recently, I instilled a new process into my t-shirts.
Go on.
So what I've done is I've organized them and I have a rotating thing now. So like I go through this pile, I wear them all to their completion, and then I shift everything over. I wash that pile, I put that at the bottom. So now I have a rotation that's going through, which would basically mean that I'll never wear the same shirt more than once a year. And I think that any shirt that fits me, that's comfortable, because there are some shirts I have that are just like weirdly sized and they just, you know, they're not fun to wear. for the most part, I can pretty much wear every shirt that I have. Now, there are a couple of shirts that do fit me that I do have in my long-term storage part. And the one that pops up off the top of my head is the shirt I got at Lollapalooza '95, the Lollapalooza shirt. I'm probably never going to wear that. I don't really, whatever. It was a fun show. I'm glad that I went. I would never in a million years get rid of that shirt, but it's a white shirt, and I just kind of that can just go in the storage part.
It's funny when you said rotation, and you actually did the thing. I pictured the laundromat, like when they hit the button and everything, all the clothes come flying around. Like I think for 700 shirts, that would probably come in pretty handy. Yeah.
And again, I found myself like wanting to make sure I was wearing all of these and wearing them with as much regularity as someone can wear a shirt when you have that many of them. So again, I just put in the system so I can just kind of rotate through them now.
Okay. Now, like if you had to break down your collection between like band shirts, I guess whatever, like kind of brands and things like that, and nostalgia, like how would you slice and dice this?
So a lot of these questions, I think I can answer a little bit better if I show a couple of pictures, which I would say, because I know you were going to ask me about how I store stuff.
Yes.
So I took some pictures of how I store stuff, but it will help answer some of these questions. So is it okay to kind of just jump into that?
It is more than okay. Let's do it.
Okay. So this is active rotation.
Okay.
So these are all of the shirts that I currently wear. So on the left-hand side, those are all band shirts.
Okay. So more than half. Yeah.
On the right-hand side, those are all pop culture shirts. And the little pile at the bottom on the right-hand side, those are seasonal shirts like Christmas, Halloween, that sort of stuff. So they're not part of the normal rotation. You grab them when needed.
Yeah, this is definitely something. Okay, so definitely more than half of your collection is band shirts. Then we get into, like you said, the pop culture, and then you have some festiveness there. Not much. You're not going to make it through a festive season, but you have.
No, I get like 3 or 4 days for Christmas, and I have one Halloween shirt.
Okay, I don't see. I don't see an orange one. Is it the blue one?
No, it's black. It's at the bottom. You can't really see it because it blends into the bottom of the thing.
Yeah, this is wild. This is definitely a sight to behold. I'm glad you took this photo. So this is your system though. Like, do you go through cubby by cubby and then?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I start at the top left and I work through them, and I work through the band shirts and I work through the pop culture shirts, and I basically do one row of each of those, and then I wash those. So then I rotate everything around. So I finish the band shirts, I finish the pop culture shirts. Once one row of each of those is done, it gets rotated.
Yeah, this is wild. And I know you had asked me this, but I'm curious to ask you, like, what is the oldest treasure in this pile? Like, if you had to carbon date these shirts, like how far back do they go?
Okay, so I have my 2 oldest shirts that I still have with me, and these are shirts that I bought new. So these are not like old shirts that I've rebought. I've had these forever. So I brought my oldest pop culture shirt and my oldest band shirt. So I have one of each.
And I've got some here. Let me grab mine too.
Okay. So
let's see what we got. We got you. I think we'll go with these. Okay.
So
let me just paraphrase this too. That I maybe have 20 shirts.
That's not enough.
Maybe.
You don't have to have 3 weeks worth of shirts. What do you do with yourself? How do you live like that?
I will say though, like, because we're talking about age, I didn't think my shirts were that old, and I'm sure in comparison they're not going to be that old. But I'll look at some of them and I'll see pictures from like 10 years ago. I'm like, I'm wearing that shirt. So they're older than I think they are, but they're definitely not antiques by any means.
Okay, so do you want me to go first?
Sure. Which one are you doing, band or pop culture?
Pop culture, because it's the older of the 2.
Okay.
So I got this shirt when I was in high school.
Very nice.
This is my Ren and Stimpy Mad Dog Hoek and Killer Cadogan shirt.
Okay, it's held up amazingly well for being that old.
You got the flying butt pliers.
Yeah. Where did you get this shirt? Do you remember? This is like a Suncoast shirt or something?
This is from 1993. There used to be a t-shirt store in the Rockaway Mall on the first floor kind of in like this weird like alcovey part at the center, and I'm reasonably sure I got it there. But yeah, it's held up really good, especially for a white shirt. Because a problem I have with white shirts is like my sweat is poison and it turns them yellow.
I've got some pit stains too.
So this one has held up really, really well over the years. So
hey, very nice. Let me ask you about your t-shirt store then in that mall. Was it the kind of t-shirt store that sold shirts, but also did like the iron-ons and the lettering and stuff like that?
No, it wasn't like the one in Willowbrook. It only sold shirts. But
remember that one?
I bought you a shirt from that one.
You did. You had it made. Yes. Yeah. And that's Vamost with all the other shirts that have lost the time.
But like you said, I will sometimes will shirts into existence if necessary.
All right, cool. So that's your pop culture one. I've tried to date this one. I can't quite figure it out. But do you remember we went to Disney one year? Like
yes,
when was
2003 and 2004 we went.
Okay. So this is from that time. So again, older than I thought it was, but only 20 something years old. And this is, it's still in rotation. It's definitely thinning a bit, but it is a Disney World shirt.
Yeah. I have that shirt in brown. Okay. It doesn't fit me anymore, so it's in it's in permanent storage. But I wouldn't get rid of it because it's from a trip. It's from a moment. So like I would never get rid of that shirt.
Yeah, mine is. I don't know if you could tell. It is like almost see-through though.
Yeah, well, it looks like that was like a tri-blend type shirt. So like that was probably pretty soft to begin with. The brown one I have is just like a standard like Hanes style t-shirt. So it's thicker. So it's held up pretty well. It just doesn't fit me anymore because I am slightly larger than I was in 2003.
I think we all are. We got more grand. And I want to talk about t-shirt technology in a bit, but let's go through. What do you have next?
So the oldest band shirt I have is also from that Lollapalooza show in 1995, summer of 1995.
Body count? Like I'm trying to think of who was on the stage for that one. Oh, Beck. I did not remember Beck being there. Okay.
Yep. So this is my Beck shirt from Lollapalooza 95.
Also looking to be in impressive condition.
Yeah, I like that was the first time I ever saw Beck, and you met me like a little before that time, and you know how obsessed I was with like Mellow Gold era Beck. So that was a really big deal getting to see him. I wore this shirt so much back then, but I did my best to take really, really, really good care of it because I loved it. It is still in the active rotation. I'm willing to wear it once a year.
Okay. Not a color I see you in often, but I should have put on.
I have shirts that color. I have I don't really like white shirts, but other than that, I'm happy to wear any color shirt.
I feel like I should have put something on the outline, and maybe we can get to it. Is shirt care tips from Tim? Like, how do you launder? What is your detergent? Because it's absolutely marvelous.
I can tell you very quickly if you want.
Sure,
it's very easy. So wash cold. Turn everything inside out before you wash it. I wash it on the delicate cycle, and I use Woolite.
Oh, there you go.
And then you tumble dry on low, but anything that you really care about, you air dry. Don't tumble dry it on any heat at all. Just air dry it. Even if you have to run that thing all day long, no heat, that'll help preserve it. And we'll talk about shirt technology in a minute, but that's especially important for anything that's not screen printed.
Everybody got that? Awesome. All right. So my band shirts, again, I don't have, these might be the only band shirts that I was able to find. And it's a twofer. I hope that's okay. Because I grabbed one and then I remembered, wait a minute, I have another one. And I found that, and I'll explain that one in a second. But here we go. This is the oldest band shirt that I have. It exists.
Very nice.
And it is from 1996.
Oh, that's impressively old. Very nice.
Spanish tour. So it has blood on it, as a lot of my shirts do from playing guitar back then, like always like hitting my fingers on the strings and bleeding on it. But I dug this one out, and it's still in relatively good condition. Yeah. It does not smell good, but I think I'm gonna bring this back into active rotation.
Very nice, very nice. I have one of those. Although it's like a reissued one when I think they did like a DVD or something. I don't remember exactly. I also have that shirt in blue. So the whole shirt is blue with just like the white highlights. But Good shirt.
Good shirt.
I don't have that one.
When I dug it out, I started to think, I'm like, wait a minute. I have another Sicko shirt. Like, where on earth is that? And I found it. And it is not pretty, but it is this guy.
Oh, Sicky.
Yes, you know,
Wow.
just as old, if not potentially older. I don't know. It needs a bath. It is very yellow.
Yeah.
Not in good shape here. But maybe it can be saved.
No, I like it. I like it. I'm very, very impressed that you have those still kicking around.
Yeah, this one also has blood on it. I was a bleed, and it's always in the same spot. It's always like down low. I don't know, but yes, there it is. And I don't know. I will see if that can be salvaged too. But those, so again, as far as my oldest band shirts, that's all I could dig up were these guys.
I just keep wishing you'd find that small 23 shirt. That let me tell you how hard it is to search for a shirt when the band's name is Small.
And you need it in a medium or a large,
or you need it, period. You know?
I have plenty of pictures of me in that shirt. I just saw one the other day too. When we were doing this episode, or when we were getting ready for this, I started looking for like old pictures because, like you, probably growing up, all I ever wore were like band T-shirts. So, but yeah, I saw that one. But yeah, I don't know what happened to all my other shirts. They are just gone. But it was like when we saw a band, you went to see a band, you did not leave without a shirt.
Aside from the fact that I did not get any Sicko shirts back then, because I never saw the Count Me Out design one back then. The only ones I ever saw was from like the Chef Boyer You Dumb era, which was just like the album cover of that. And like, not my favorite thing to have on a shirt. So I didn't buy a Sicko shirt back then, but over the years, I've accumulated a few.
Yeah. That one, the Spain tour one, I had to trade someone for. They gave it to someone else here, and I was so pissed off about that. So I don't know what I wheeled and dealed, but like you know that feeling. You're like that is going to be mine. Yeah. So because they didn't have any more, I don't know why they gave them that one, and I needed to have it. It had to be mine. So trades were made, and I've had it ever since.
I do. One of the things that I did want to talk about a little bit, and I find it fascinating, you know, because you just mentioned it, is shirts that just vanish.
Yes.
Like I have shirts over the years that have vanished that I would have never knowingly parted with, but yet they're still gone. And I don't understand where they went. You've known me for a long time. You know, I'm pretty insane and meticulous about things. Like I know where most things are, but at some point I must have just lost like a box of shirts, because there are some that, like, again, I would never have in a million years sold them. And I've been really working hard to replace them. Like a couple years ago, like I got in touch with Brad from Walker, and I got the Walker shirt that I used to have. I got another one of those. I got in touch with Bob from Zoinks, and I got the Zoinks shirt that I was missing.
Nice.
So I've been trying to like hunt those down over the years.
And even like way back when, there's no, like, you would never think to even resell old shirts. So it's, they definitely vanished. And I think like I had the Walker shirt, had the Zoinks shirt. One I think about that I wore all the time was a Sunny Day Real Estate shirt. Like, where did this stuff go? I have no idea.
I have sold shirts over the years, and I regret a couple of them. Like I had a cream Jimmy Eat World Static Prevail shirt that kind of had like a drawing of the album on the front of it. I think I actually bought it off that like little tiny t-shirt rack and flip side.
Yeah, because they gave us a bunch when they were on tour. I remember that. Yeah.
So like I sold that one when I lived in Montclair. So within the last like 17 years, I sold that one because I knew I could probably get a little bit of money for it. I wasn't really wearing it anymore. I was like, let me sell it. I don't remember how much I got. It wasn't much. It was probably like 40 or 50 bucks. And I regret it. I really wish I hadn't sold that shirt. I also traded away 2 Dillinger 4 shirts that I wish I hadn't, but I did trade them for a Rocket from the Crypt shirt.
So you traded up.
Yeah, I'm more okay with that, but I'm just like, I should have just paid the money for it. But
yeah, and it's funny that you mentioned like the $40 or $50 for that shirt, because again, when I went on eBay and I started looking at stuff, I was looking at like the vintage Disney shirts because that was always like I loved getting those. I loved going to. We'd always go to the Salvation Army. I'd look for the Disney shirts, the bar mitzvah shirts, like whatever we could find, the random junk. People are asking stupid money for those shirts right now on eBay. There was one that I actually have in a tub in the garage, an Epcot shirt. They have it listed for $150. Now that's like ludicrous to me. So
band shirts are nuts.
Mhm.
They're people sell and try and buy these shirts for sums of money that I do not understand. So I have a little pile of shirts that I've very recently gotten back in my collection. They were ones I had when I was a kid or younger, maybe not a kid anymore. And I wanted to go through them at one point, but one of them is like a music shirt. And I've got a story about that one, like trying to buy that from some person that was just like asking obscene amounts of money for. Mm-hmm. So do you want me to just do that?
Yeah, let's do it. Cause I'm curious to hear where the rest of this.
All right. So I have 4 shirts here. The first 2 are shirts that I had in high school. And again, I would have never, ever in a million years gotten rid of these shirts, but they vanished. I don't know how, but back in the collection, very excited.
Is this the Godzilla?
The first one is what was my second favorite Ren and Stimpy shirt that I had with the magic nose goblins.
Okay.
Love that one. Would have never sold this, but it's back and I'm very happy.
They're like security blankets.
Yeah. The second one is in fact a Godzilla shirt.
Because I remember this is one you had talked about, right?
This is one of the ones. Yeah, this is one. So I found one of these a few years ago in a size medium that was okay priced. So I bought it just to have it in the collection. But like I finally found one in extra large. It's in really nice. It's in really nice shape, all things considered.
Yeah, it looks like a brand new shirt
for how old it is. I lost my little pea popper. The original shirt I had, I bought both of these at the Rockaway Mall, that Ren and Stimpy one from that same t-shirt shop. This one I bought at the comic shop that used to be in Rockaway Mall, where they also used to sell some action figures. I bought a couple issues of Dark Empire there, and they used to sell G-Fan, which was like a Godzilla fanzine in the 90s. So I used to like buy that kind of stuff, and they had that shirt there. Yeah. And one time I took an art class my senior year when I just like needed to fill my schedule up. So I actually made this, like I carved it out of like mat board. So it was like a black mat board, and you carved out little pieces to show the white underneath. So I actually carved out that.
Where is that today? There you go. Somewhere floating out there is original Tim artwork. See if you can find it. Somewhere. You mentioned something that I was curious. So we saw how you store your shirts, and we keep saying collection. So are there any that are not in that cabinet? Anything that like, do you have anything on display or?
Well, we didn't get through all of the slides because we're kind of bouncing all over the place a little bit. So this is active rotation.
Okay.
So then I have, these are my Rocket from the Crypt and Rocket from the Crypt related shirts that I don't wear. There are a bunch of them in active rotation. These are mostly ones that, for one reason or another, either they're too small, or kind of like what we were saying before, in some instances, they're just too rare, and like I just don't want to take the risk. Like the one on the bottom right, you can see it's the white shirt with the yellow and like a little Z on it.
Yep.
That's like a shirt. That's like a tour shirt from when they went to Japan in like 92 or something like that. I'm not going to wear that one around. I'm not going to spill spaghetti sauce on that. But these 2 drawers are full of nothing but Rocket from the Crypt and related band shirts.
Would you ever think to like frame a shirt or do something like that?
I have a Rocket from the Crypt shirt framed. I was actually also thinking of framing this one, this Godzilla shirt. But yeah, in my room that has nothing but records in it, I have a Rick Froberg designed Rocket from the Crypt shirt that has a mouse on a rocket on it. And it's an awesome shirt. Actually, I have 2 Rocket shirts that are framed in there. The other one says Rocket from the Crypt, kind of like the Mountain Dew logo, which is like a super unique shirt. I've never seen it before, but it's also a size small, and I'm not sure it would fit my dog. So I framed that one too.
Why did those get the framing treatment as opposed to like what's in this drawer here?
The Rick Froberg one is just gorgeous. Like it looks like a piece of art. So I
Very
really
cool.
wanted that. And again, the other one was just this goofy, tiny little shirt, and I found it amusing more than anything else.
Nice. Yeah. So again, we have jumped around here. So I'm
Oh,
looking
but
at.
let me finish my last slide though, because
Oh, sure.
there's also the long-term storage, long-term
Okay.
parking. So I have these are the shirts that don't fit me anymore, or that I'm just not wearing and are not Rocket from the Crypt related. So it opens in the middle like a hinge, so the container is twice as big as what you
Okay.
can see there.
I get it. Yeah.
And I have 4 of them under my bed full of shirts.
And these are not the 100 that you've already set aside that you're going to sell.
No. Those are elsewhere. These are all ones that are not going anywhere.
Yeah, this is wild. I'm impressed and frightened all at the same time.
Yeah, me too.
That is a lot of fabric, a lot of shirts there.
But you wanted to get into something.
Oh yeah, so I wanted to talk like.
Oh, I didn't finish my shirts, but I have 2 more shirts.
Yeah, and then we'll get into the rest.
So these last 2 shirts are ones that I traded for.
Okay.
And a while ago, someone contacted me because I had posted a picture of an old Fluff shirt. You might remember it because, again, I wore it all the time. It had a skunk on it, and the skunk had like a clothespin on his nose, and like the odor spelled Fluff. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna sell that shirt. I'm like, I really, I love that shirt. I bought that shirt at Vintage Vinyl probably in 1995.
Okay.
But I told him some shirts I was looking for, and this guy found them. He found these other shirts that I've been looking for. So I was like, you know what? Fair game. So I sent it to him. I had actually had that shirt remade anyway, so I had one to wear. So even though I don't have an original anymore, I still have that shirt. I can still wear that shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But so I traded away my original Fluff shirt, and I got 2 shirts.
Let's see.
The first one is one that I had when I was in college.
Is that a Drive Like Jehu? What is that? It is it. Oh no, Boot the Damn Monkey. What is that shirt? Oh, a K Records shirt. Wow.
Yeah. So I think I bought this maybe from like their mail order or something. I don't really remember, but it's probably from like 96 if I had to guess. But like I loved this shirt. I would have never gotten rid of that shirt in a million years. I would have never gotten rid of that.
I sense thievery over the years. I think people have absconded with things.
So I found some guy on Instagram that had this shirt once, and I tried to negotiate buying it from him. He wanted $600 for it. And I got him down to like the lowest he would go was like 400, and then he sold it to someone else.
What a jerk.
No, but I would have never paid anywhere near that much money. Like I don't like the most money I have ever paid for a shirt is well under 2. I've paid over $100 for a couple Rocket shirts, but like I don't even think I've broken 150 on the one because like I can't do that. That's just insane to me.
Yeah, I still squirm like at new shirts that are like $30. I'm like, $30? Shirts should be $10. Like my mind is still stuck in the 90s there.
So the last shirt is one that I never had and was the #1 Rocket from the Crypt shirt on my list. It's the long sleeve version, so I still need to find the short sleeve version because but
look at that.
From the first album. This is Paint as a Fragrance era.
Again, looks in respectable condition. Rocket from the Crypt. Long sleeve shirt. Very, very odd merch, right? To sell, but
yeah, they did a lot of. I mean, you'd probably know more than me, but that's like it was like a skater thing, right? Like skaters wore long sleeve shirts a lot.
It's funny when I made the outline. And we probably won't get to it, but I have the dark time skateboarding shirts in fashion because that's when shirts went down past your knees, and it was that's probably why a lot. Like I had Green Day shirts that were just so super long, and I know why those are gone because I would never ever wear those ever again. But I don't remember long sleeves being a thing. I just remember long shirts being a bad time.
But I'm really psyched because I got my Boot the Damn Monkey shirt. I got that Rocket from the Crypt shirt that's been #1 on my shirt want list forever.
Awesome.
Traded the Fluff shirt. More than happy with it. And the guy was so nice about everything. Like he was just a super cool dude. So I was very
That's
excited.
awesome. That's always good when you're dealing with other internet nice peoples.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did we go through your slides? Did you have anything else?
No more slides, no more show and tell. I'm here to answer your questions now. If you have it.
So I've asked you a couple times, like over the years, because I don't buy a lot of shirts. I still buy like mainly like pop culture shirts. I don't know that I've bought a band shirt, but like, you know, Legend of Zelda shirts, I'm a big fan of. I think these days, oddly enough, most of my wardrobe is probably gaming t-shirts, like Legend of Zelda, Mass Effect. I have a Borderlands shirt, and then it's probably Disney shirts beyond that. I also like, I saw this too. I went back looking at old pictures. I like plain shirts. So I have a lot of just shirts with nothing on them, but occasionally things come up and there's like, hey, there's a shirt I would like to buy. And over the past decade or two, like everybody has a shirt store online now, right? There's like so many places to buy shirts. The problem is I buy shirts and then this happens like instantly after a wash or two. And it drives me nuts because I can buy two shirts from the same place, wash them, one completely dissolves and disintegrates while the others don't. I know you know a lot about this, that type of printing that like print on demand type of shirts that are just disposable basically.
So screen printing shirts is sadly turning into a dying art. A lot of people are doing a DTG or direct to garment printing right now. And it's gotten better, especially over the last couple of years. Like the last 2 years, they've made a lot of improvements in that. It's still not ever going to be a replacement for screen printing, but some of it is solid. But, you know, if you're buying something from TeePublic, if you're buying something from Redbubble, if you're buying something from, I don't know if Cafe Press is even still a thing anymore, but like they were kind of the originators of it.
Yeah.
That's going to be a DTG shirt. And you're rolling the dice because a lot of those places, the actual place that makes your shirt will vary wildly based on where you are and like what their queue of work looks like. So you buy it from TeePublic and they farm it out to someone, and it could be a different person every time.
Yeah. I know when I look at those places and it's like, you can have it on any color you want. You can have it on mouse pad, a coffee mug. I'm like, okay, this is not a good thing.
Any place that's going to offer you more than 2 or 3 different colors, unless it specifically says screen printed somewhere in the description, it's going to be a DTG shirt and you're rolling the dice. Now, I've got several DTG shirts and, you know, again, some of them are okay. I've had a couple made myself through Printify, which you can pick the specific vendor that you want to use and get them back. And I've had 3 shirts that I've done through them, and all 3 of them, they're solid. And as long as you you've got to really take care of those stupid things, they'll be okay. But you can't dry them with any heat because it's not even really the washing that's going to do that unless you're washing in hot water. Because if you're washing in hot water, you're going to just destroy everything. But if you're washing it in cold water, and as long as you don't dry it with any heat, it'll be okay. Unless, you know, you only own 20 shirts and you're wearing it like every couple of weeks, and that's going to do some wear and tear to it as well. Yeah. But I try really hard to only buy screen printed shirts when I can. But again, I don't want to disparage every, you know, direct to garment shirts because some of them are okay. There's this company called Shirt Killer that has the contract that basically they do a lot of band shirts, like Seaweed does shirts through them, and Jawbox does shirts through them, and their direct to garment prints, they're pretty good. You know, they're solid shirts. They're not perfect, but they're much higher quality than a lot of the stuff you'll get on like TeePublic. And again, as long as you take care of them, you know, it's okay.
Yeah, it's good to know because I've gotten burned. I think most of the shirts I've bought within the past few years are already trashed. They're just not usable. And I was confused because I ordered 2 shirts from the IGN store. I ordered actually, I think I ordered 3. I got a Metroid shirt, I got an Advance Wars shirt, and I got a Legend of Zelda shirt. The Metroid shirt, which is one of my favorites, really cool design that they probably stole from some artist online, which is unfortunate because it's very cool. That one, perfect condition. Gone through the wash, no issues. Advance Wars faded a little bit, but not too bad. The Legend of Zelda shirt, obliterated, like completely, like looks like got ran over by a car. So it's just confusing because it's all from the same place. Like, what is going on?
Did you order them all together at the same time?
Yeah, same
they
time.
Came in the same package?
I don't think they came in the same. I think 2 came in one package and 1 came in the other, but I don't know which. So
no, but there you go.
Because so it came from a different place.
That means they probably work with like an array of vendors who print depending on what their queues look like. So it probably wasn't printed by the same place. And whenever you're dealing with like on-demand shirts like that, again, you're rolling the dice. That's why I really try not to buy them unless it's from somewhere super reputable that I know they're always going to be coming from the same place.
No, sir.
There's not many places I can recommend like that.
Yeah. There was one place I should have talked about it earlier, but I want to talk about it. We talked about nostalgia and the shirts from our youth, and I feel like we've talked about this before, where I talked about like the TNC surf company shirts, and there's a company called a Thriller Crew Wear or Thriller Crew that has been like making these shirts, and I got one of them. It's great quality. I love it. It's a great fit. I should have made a slide or done something with that, but I'm glad that they're still doing it. Like they're using original designs. They're making new ones. My problem with them is their choice of colors. Like they always have like bizarro colors. Like I don't wear black shirts, and most of the time they print on black. Like I always used to wear black shirts, right? Like all throughout, I think high school, I basically wore like black shirts inside out. That was the thing. Then I developed dandruff. And that does not go well with black shirts. So that's why I stopped wearing black shirts, and I have never like gone back. So
interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that was the real reason for it. But again, like shirts like this, navy, I'm okay. But yeah, I think the color I got from the one shirt I ordered from Thriller Crew was like, it was like a peach color or something, but I love it. I absolutely love that shirt.
I love having shirts in like every color possible. Like the vast majority of my shirts are black, but that's just because that's what people make, Yeah. If I ever have an option of getting a black shirt or a shirt that's a color, I always buy the color shirt because like I want a little.
No, I'm with you. What did Ian do at the Seattle Pop Punk Fest? He did like white shirts.
He made white shirts and they didn't sell any of them. Which
Punk
again,
I want black shirts.
Yeah. I don't like, again, the reason I don't like white shirts isn't even because I dislike white shirts. It's because I feel like they don't hold up and they discolor too easily. Yeah. So I don't really like getting white shirts. I buy them, but if there's an option not to, even if it's black, I'll buy the black shirt instead of the white one.
All right. Well, riddle me this one. I know we're kind of going long on time. You got a couple more minutes because I got to jump in a bit. But we were talking about t-shirt technology, so we're talking about the print. And I'm curious because you were still wearing a lot of old shirts.
Yeah.
I have trouble going back to the burlap sack cotton shirts of our youth. Like they're they just feel so heavy and so uncomfortable to me.
Gildan heavyweight.
Oh no, like a heavyweight cotton shirt. That's insane. Like I would just die if I tried to wear that. Like I'm so used to these. Like they're so soft. Is it the tri-blend or whatever?
Tri-blends
like,
are big. Yeah,
absolutely love these shirts. And again, that's what keeps me in modern shirt technology.
Yeah. The current shirts they're much more comfortable. They're much softer. Yes. They're not necessarily as durable. I find, especially the tri-blends, I find that, kind of like that Disney shirt that you showed, you can kind of wear through them after a little bit. But like, I really like those kind of shirts, like the Bella canvas like type shirts. Like those are nice, soft, loose, comfortable shirts. And that's another thing. Like I always wear probably a size bigger than I should because like I like wearing loose, baggy shirts. I don't like wearing tight shirts that like wrap around my arms and like hug my armpits. I don't need that. I'm way too old. I am comfort first before everything else at this point.
But this is comfortable to me.
That's fine. I
like the grippers.
But Bella Canvas, very nice shirt like that. My favorite shirt company, and they're somewhat controversial because some people really really dislike them. But I really like comfort colors. It's a heavier shirt, but it's soft. I know pretty much how it's going to fit me. They're always a little baggy. I think they're great. That said, I did buy a couple blank ones to wear like as like pajama shirts, like in the winter.
Mhm.
And wearing those shirts like every day and sleeping in
They're
them,
wearing out.
the necks just are like
Oh, you get remember the woms when the neck goes wom.
oh, like the
Yeah.
necks on those ones that I sleep in, they're insane. But just my normal shirts that I wear, a couple times a year, love
Awesome.
comfort colors. It's my favorite. But again, I know a lot of people like really despise them, and they'll try to convince you that Shaka wear makes better shirts, but Shaka wear shirts are huge, like they're gigantic. They weigh like 7,000 pounds.
Nah,
You
I
put one of
can't
them on,
do
you look
that.
like a flying squirrel. Like
Yeah.
they're out of
And
control.
again, skateboarding, I did that. I was there.
Yeah.
Like we wore night shirts, like because like
Yeah.
it was all about the longest thing. I can't do that anymore. I need something a little tighter. That's the softness and no tags. Like I can't stand the shirts with tags anymore. So
Yeah, I cut a lot of tags in my days until I realized that I shouldn't be cutting the tags. So now I deal with the tag.
got it. What else? Anything that I missed? We talked about the printing. We talked about the softness. You covered like what to avoid.
So one of the things that I've been wrestling with a lot lately is my desire to have shirts from when I was a little kid. That it's not possible because they only made them in like youth sizes. I had this tan shirt that had R2-D2 and Wicket on it, like looking at it.
Combo. Okay.
Yeah, it was from like the party after the Death Star or whatever.
That was a heck of a party. Yeah,
it was a good party. It was lots of yub nubs going on.
Definitely.
And like there's a bunch of pictures of me wearing that shirt when I was a kid. I would love that shirt. And like I've seen it on eBay, but like, what am I gonna do with a shirt that's this big? Like I'm fighting the urge to buy shirts like that.
Just that you're not gonna wear at all.
I also I had this one shirt which I think it was meant to kind of be like the TNC Surf Company shirts. It was kind of it was like the James Way version of that, which I had a lot of the James Way version of things when I was a kid. But there was this character called Rude Dog. And
sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah,
I had this Rude Dog shirt it was Rude Dog, and it had a Corvette in its mouth, and it said Rude Dog bites the vet. And I want one of those shirts so bad.
That's something you can't make.
I never see it. Like I never see it, and it's like a very specific like art style, like that late 80s kind of graffiti surfer thing. I want that shirt so bad, and it's crazy because the Rude Dog company is like making shirts, and if you go to their website, they have like 50 shirts, but they don't have that one.
Oh, what a bummer. You mind the one shirt I wanted? It was a Disney shirt, Journey into Imagination. It had the Dream Finder and Figment on the blimp. The Disney store actually remade this, and again, probably 5 years ago or something. And I remember it was probably like $40 or whatever, and then by shipping it was $50. And I hesitated and I didn't buy it. And now thinking about all these shirts, I'm kicking myself. Like, why didn't I buy that? Because that's one that from my youth that I had. I have pictures of me like wearing it. I love it. And I absolutely love that attraction. Really stupid that I didn't buy it, but I couldn't get over like $50 for a t-shirt or whatever it came out to in the end.
This is not good advice for most people, but I feel like it's good advice for us. I've never regretted buying something. I've only ever regretted not buying something.
It's good. That's like a good fortune cookie.
It's not fiscally responsible, but
hey, but you could always sell it, right?
Yeah, which is again why I don't ever regret buying something, because I'm like, if I end up not wanting it, I just move it along to the next person.
I think we should use that as a tagline for this show.
Move it along to the next person.
No, I'm saying that you never regret buying something. You only regret what you didn't buy.
Yep. I should put that on a t-shirt.
You should put it on a shirt. Ah,
So
good
yeah,
times.
I don't really know that there's anything else other than I love shirts,
Yeah.
and I will continue to buy shirts. And recently, my wife realized exactly how many shirts I had and was surprised. And
That's probably one emotion she felt. Yes.
for the first time in our relationship, she said something to the effect of, "That seems like a lot."
Yeah. Which with you, that like it took how many years before that finally came out of her? But
Yeah, which again, because again, like she is the best. She has always been super supportive in all of my stuff. But even she went, "It seems like a lot of t-shirts."
yeah. Well, not that I want to add more to it, but I would love to go back to a Salvation Army and just look to see what they have, because I really miss those state tourism shirts. Like
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
you looked at the bottom of the outline. I had shared that picture of that California shirt. Man, I wore that thing to death. I absolutely love that shirt. And that's what I started looking to see if I could find that shirt on eBay. And I haven't yet, but I saw a lot of other ones like it. But yeah, like we talked about, I love the bar mitzvah shirts. With
Yeah,
all
Mike,
the
I still
random stuff.
have the one I got from the Pompton uh Salvation Army. The I was lucky at Stephen's bar mitzvah, May 5th, 1991, that has like a bunch of slot machines and stuff
Yep.
on it. Still have it. Love that shirt.
We should do a follow-up to this episode. Let's, because I haven't been in the Salvation Army in forever. I wonder what it is like nowadays.
We can go on location.
Yeah, we'll do an on-location shoot and let's go check it out.
All right.
I'm down. And maybe
I'm
pick up
into
some
that.
new shirts in the process.
Yeah, yeah, and believe me, you will continue to see shirts as part of my Invention Exchanges, because they don't, even though they should stop coming to the house, they typically don't stop coming to the house.
It's all right. But, it's better to regret buying them than to
Yep.
not.
Yep. Never regret buying, only regret not buying. Hey, everybody. Enjoy your San Diego Comic-Con news deluge.
We might do a little impromptu show to talk about San Diego Comic-Con, right?
Yeah, because we have something scheduled for next Thursday that we have a guest. So we're not going to really be talking about San Diego Comic-Con. So we might do another show either earlier in the week, or maybe we'll double up on Thursday, because I believe we're going to do something with him, like kind of earlier in the day.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So we'll make it work. But yeah, this was a good talk. I'm glad we finally got to the depths, the bowels of your t-shirt collection. It was extended far further than I ever imagined. So kudos on that. Thanks for the tips on washing and what to avoid and what to look for when buying new shirts. I will try to choose wisely as I chase down. I don't know. I'm excited to share whatever t-shirt I buy next.
I'm just very excited to have like a partner going down this rabbit hole with me now. So I really hope that it like sinks its teeth into you. And if nothing else, you start like maybe trying to hunt down some of your older fun ones. Because I love that kind of stuff. I love hearing about the thing. And I know we're trying to wrap it up, but like the thing that I love the most about t-shirts, and this is something that my brother said to me, is that I've kind of documented my life through buying t-shirts. Like events that were important, I bought a shirt that were there. Things that I've been passionate about over the years, I've bought shirts to kind of commemorate that. So like you can, when I die, you go look into my closet and you look at all of my shirts, you will get a really good idea of like what I've done with my life.
We need a gallery. You need like an art gallery with just all the shirts up and the year and the event, and even Stephen's bar mitzvah, everything on there.
They're very much the story of my life in a weird way. So I love hearing about other people and like when they get really passionate about that stuff, because there's almost always a story attached. People have cool shirts and they're cool shirts, but someone who loves a shirt, they always have a story attached to it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures of my California shirt, and it was a comfy shirt. It felt like home, right? What else can I say?
Yeah, no, that's good stuff. All right, so we'll talk to everybody very, very soon. Thanks for hanging out with us, and put something in the comments about your oldest and weirdest shirts. Because
definitely,
again, talk to me about shirts. I love it.
All right, we'll see you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Perfectly excellent.